I'm in Salad and I saw The Boys, episode 7. Man, this episode definitely brings up the heat a notch. It's quite intense. I cannot wait to get into reviewing this. So, before I go ahead and start, I gotta say spoilers ahead, because, I'm going to be covering the entire episode. So, the episode starts in a flashback from 8 years ago, and it was a Christmas party. When I first saw this, I was like, alright, cool. I'm excited to see more history. History that okay. First of all, I love how The Boys reveal something and then immediately, delivers on that idea. And then we get to expand further on that idea. So we see Christmas party 8 years ago. There's a bunch of the Vought people, like Madeline. You also see a bunch of the Soups, including Mauve, who's currently dating Homelander. And that's fun. And then we see Billy Butcher with no beard. I hardly recognized him at first. I was like, oh, cool, you look pretty cool. You don't look as rugged as you usually do now. It's weird how 8 years can really do to somebody. So we also meet Becca. And I'm like, oh, this is the story. This is the story that's brought up from last episode, where he mentions that Billy Butcher mentions that Homelander raped his wife, pretty much. And now we get to see what actually happened. So, alright. This is already exciting. I'm super excited. Then we get to see, oh man, Huey and Starlight are in the hotel, right? They're having a fun time in a hotel. It's nice and silhouette-y. I like the silhouette method of filming the sex scene. That was fun. I liked that. It's very creative. Just like a lot of the shots are in The Boys. But anyways, they're talking, right? She's like, yeah, this is really nice and comfortable. He was like, yeah, this is really nice and comfortable too. Like, they're both having such a nice, enjoyable time. And then it's the question of I haven't met your parents. I haven't been to your house. What's up with that? He was like, I'm living with my dad. But really, I had a suspicion that Huey was being followed, just because from last episode, he just kind of immediately sleeps with her after being threatened by Billy Butcher, and Billy Butcher is a little bit ruthless, just a little bit. I don't know what you're doing there, Huey. Come on, man. You weren't big thinking on this one. You were just like, ooh, yummy, I get to lick. Ooh, she has star powers. Her lights go on. Ring light on eyes whenever she do become. So it's just awesome. Speaking of Starlight, let's check out the Deep. So the Deep has been relocated to Iowa, as per the last episode. And Iowa doesn't really have much going for it. It's not really a crime-riddled state, like the areas which the Deep is used to doing crime. The Deep is trying to lay low, which is cool. He's talking to the lobsters. I like the lobster scene. He's like, hey, little friend, how'd you get up here? He's like, lobstering is like, oh, can you save me? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll pick this lobster, please, human guy. So the human guy goes to take the lobster, and he's like, okay, yeah. And then the human guy just sticks his knife and chops him and kills him. And then you see the Deep's reaction is like, no, my lobster friend. This has probably happened before to them, though, because his reaction wasn't over the top, what are you doing? It was like, what, no, and then he has tried to save his fish friends before. I mean, that dolphin in the couple episodes ago was pretty tragic. It was the first one where it was just super gory and oh no, the Deep, You just want to have your fish friends. I kind of understand your want for friends. And they're only fish, because you're near fish all the time. Alright, so after the deep, then we see the rest of the soups. And by soups, I mean there's 5 of them. Homelander's got a meeting, taking everybody at a meeting. Hey, everybody, y'all are doing bad, except for Black Noir, which is doing great. But I don't approve of y'all. I don't approve of y'all. Y'all didn't do good. Especially A-Train. What are you doing? But first, let me get to Starlight first. Starlight, you might have seen this fella, and he shows a picture of Huey. Yeah, this fella, you let into Ezekiel, and Ezekiel got blackmailed. And are you a co-conspirator? Are you trying to conspire against us? She does not know any of this. She's also just as shocked as everyone else is. And of course, she's like, no, I don't understand. Homelander is not, nope. No, it was you. You were willingly part of this. And A-Train, oh man, come on, you're the reason why this guy is going after us. You ran through his girlfriend. And he's like, after all remember him, because he keeps showing up in his life. So yeah, I remember him, I ran to his girlfriend, even though in the past he's lied. And then Queen Mauve, she's like rocking in her chair during the entire time. It's like, oh man, this is tense. She can feel the tense anxiety of everything. Like, who is going to get murdered? Starlight is trying to stand up for herself, but Homelander, laser eyes, sit down, like, in a swearing manner. Sit, or I'll blow your brains out, or something like that. And she sits, it's very tense. Queen Mauve is like, yo, her crime is she's stupid. She fell for a guy, so what? Queen Mauve now has responsibility over her. And also, speaking of Huey is like, being confronted by Billy Butcher. Yo, what's up? What, you got something to say? What's real? Where were you last night? He's, I love it. He's then like, yeah, I was with Annie, and then they like get in a whole kerfuffle about it. But like, I especially just I love it. I love the tension in the scene. Everything's so tense in this episode. All the tension. I'm playing with a thumbtack, with my foot. I love all the tension. The tension's great. There couldn't be enough of it. But wait, there's more, because, uh-oh. Looks like somebody ratted them. Guess who it was? Mesmer did. They were like, yo, what the heck? It was Annie. No, it was Mother's Milk also got ratted out, so it wasn't her. You know what it was? It was Mesmer, because Mesmer also gave the photos of Mother's Milk to Homelander as well. And he like recognizes all of them, And you know what? It's fun. It's fun, tense scene. Huey's trying to call Starlight a lot as they get relocated, and Starlight's not picking up. Instead, you get her talking to Queen Mauve. Mauve's like, yo, you don't need friends or anyone close to you, because they're your closest, they're your secret weapon. She says it like exactly like that with all the stutters. She also says you gotta like and subscribe this video. That's exactly what she says. Of course, I like seeing Mauve's kind of philosophy on friendships being a soup. is to not have them at all and not care about people, which is good. I mean, I feel like it is necessary to be kind of cold, for the job, because you're gonna be losing a lot of people, and you don't want to get attached to those people if you're going to be constantly feeling bad. It's more of like it's a human instinct, and everybody has the same weakness, even including a soup. A soup is just a person souped up, so they're human. They're human, pretty much. Just souped up humans. Human soup. That's the logic there. Human soup. Alright. Now we got Huey is off and out and about. And he's going to A-Train because A-Train has kidnapped his father. His father is held for ransom. Yo, stop this. Bad. You gotta come here now. And you gotta come alone. And so he comes alone, and he's like, hey, I got this, I'm alone, A-Train's all cocky. You should have had some more cards up your sleeve. After, taking, one run around the building. Which is not enough time. But, anyway, Huey's like, you mean like this? Holds up the syringe, and I'm like, oh no, he's really just thirsting for it. When he releases the syringe, his face go, no! And then my face go, yeah, I liked that. It was great. And, he's in the middle of, threatening him, and then, out of nowhere, Kamiko, bam! Bashes his leg. Awesome! I love it. Perfect. And then they leave. Alright. Now let's check on Mother's Milk again and his family. His wife does not want to see him. And they're in a dangerous situation trying to get them to leave after being tagged. Or whatever the term was in the show. I forgot what it was. But it's pretty much just they have no finances or anything. So she's like, I'm gonna leave you. Also, Billy Butcher calls Rainer. He's like, she's lovely. He's like, yo, I got some information if you want to have some protect my friends. And so she does. Gets the his father and Mother's Milk, I guess ex-wife now. Well, I guess they're not divorced technically, but they're not having a good time. And also the son or daughter. It was I think it was son. It was son. They're now held up in custody under protective services, and it's all handy dandy hunkadory. Whew, boy. Alright. And then, we also see some flashbacks on how Billy Butcher finds out about this information on why Becca goes missing. And also, Homelander goes to Dr. Vogelbaum. He goes to Dr. Vogelbaum. Vogelbaum! Sorry. Homelander goes to Dr. Vogelbaum and asks him, hey, you raised me in a lab? Yeah, he says. Please assure me, do you remember any information on Becca Butcher? And he's like, yeah, I remember, you impregnated her. And she had a violent death. And why did you keep this information from me? Well, we wanted to protect you. It was to protect the valuable assets. And he, seemed like he was a little bit seethy. And he just, this comes out when he tells him the line. The best line ever. Well, first of all, Homelander's like, I'm the world's greatest protector. He's like, you are my greatest failure. I'm like, oh. It is awesome. Homelander's not a person. he's like evil. He's not good. I can already tell. I can tell he's not a good person at all. No one likes Homelander. Everyone just seems to be very afraid of him, except for Madeline, who can keep check on him. Even she's a little bit afraid. Alright, a fun scene. Now we see Huey and Starlight talking. They're talking in person. Hey, Starlight finally is calling Huey. Let's come talk in person. She's like, you killed Translucent? He's like, yeah, it's not about that though. She's like, doing the whole, you were like the one. Why? And he has to like give up the Picard of, about Compound V. This is all about Compound V. This isn't about Rebecca. This is about Compound V. She's like, what? What is that? So it's like, the soups are not born, they're made. And then she gets shot by Billy Butcher, and it's like, come on, dude, you just killed the... I wanted to see her reaction to all of this, and you just kind of killed the momentum, dude. Why? Why did you do this to me? Why? Ugh. I don't like it. Please, Billy Butcher. And he's taking him out too, and then he's like, come on, let's go. We're getting out of here. Vamonos. And then that's how it goes. That's how the episode ends. And I'm like, oh, I love the tension. Whew. It was a really tense scene. This is season 1, episode 7, and there are 3 seasons. How can it go from here? I'm very excited to see how it goes from here. In this episode, we didn't really see much of Frenchie, but this isn't like this isn't a Frenchie episode. There's been Frenchie episodes. This is like more of like a Homelander, everyone else episode, trying to just like get stuff going. It's crazy. More Billy Butcher focused rather, and I love it. Good backstory, and I love the exposition, and it doesn't feel like a dump. So I gotta give this episode a solid 8.7 out of 10. If you like this content and more content at patreon.com/ASEpresents for $3 a month for some daily vlogs plus some extended minute salad sauce. $20 a month, you get 1 review per 1 month. So go check out patreon.com/ASEpresents. More links to support me are in the link tree down below. On my Fansly, I'm answering to all fan DMs, so hit me up on fansly.com/itsmintsalad. Until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.